Hey there. So I'm out walking on a weekday morning. It just happens to be a Tuesday morning, and it was on my heart to talk to a different sect of the legal community. So this video is for those attorneys that you're not starting from scratch. You already have a firm. You've already gotten clients. You're successful. You have garnered some type of clout in the legal community. And you're not, like I said, you're not starting from scratch. But if you've ever felt in yourself that there's more, that there's a better quality of life that you should have, if you've ever looked at your firm and been like, wow, I've really created something great here, and I'm still working in it day to day, and I'm tired, I'm burned out. If you've gotten to the point where you hear the client calls coming in and you're excited and annoyed at the same time, if you've gotten to the point where you're listening to the clients talk about their cases and you're like, I don't care, I don't want to hear no more of this. I've dealt with this for 10, 15, 20 years. I enjoy the work, but I'm tired of doing all the things. I'm tired of being Whitney Houston, every woman to every person. I'm tired of having to wear all the hats. I'm tired of hiring and firing and hiring and firing and hiring and firing. I'm tired of figuring it out. I'm tired of staying in my office late at night. I'm tired of spending weekends working on cases, but I want to have my firm. I enjoy the work when it's good. This is my passion. This is how I am helping my community. And at the same time, something's got to change. If you've ever just sat to think about what your legacy is, or what legacy do you want to leave? Maybe you're not actually living that right now. Maybe it hasn't come to fruition just yet, but you're like, what? I want to leave a legacy. What does it look like? What does it look like for you after 15, 20, 30, 40 years to step away? If you've ever thought to yourself, if I step away for a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, if I did not show up, if I got sick, if I could not show up, what would happen? Would the firm dismantle in a matter of a couple of weeks or months, or would it thrive? And if your firm would not thrive without you, if you're saying to yourself, yeah, I can't step away because I don't have things in place, then this video is for you. This video is for my seasoned attorneys, the ones that have the good firm, you're making money, but you're still in the day-to-day. You are still having to micromanage. That might be a personality thing, but you're still having to micromanage. And what I want to share with you today is going to help you move to the freedom that you know that you deserve, the freedom that you and your family deserve, the freedom that you have worked for, the freedom that you know that you want, the freedom that when you think about it, it tastes good. It tastes real good, like a warm apple pie with some ice cream. That type of freedom. We're going to talk about that on today's video. So I want you to stick around. This is the Attorney Cheat Code. I'm Alicia Jones, a Texas-based attorney, and I am here to give you tools to fast track your way to profitable firm ownership. Not just so you can have a firm. Great, that's wonderful, right? But so that you can have a firm of your dreams to live the life of your dreams. If this is your first time here, then go ahead and hit that bell so that you can be notified of future episodes. And of course, if you've been rocking with me before, come outside. Let's go for a walk. So like I said, I am out here on a Tuesday morning and the weather was too beautiful to sit inside. And not a brag, this is the grace of God, because I put certain protocols and processes and systems in place. I can step away and say, hey, I'm going to go take a walk because my mental health needs it. It's a beautiful day. And y'all know, I live in Texas. It's hot all the time. So when it's a day that is not sweltering and I'm not going to go outside and instantly have to go back in and take a shower, then that is a win for me. And that means that I'm going to step outside. So if you're working in your firm 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you don't feel the freedom to go and take a walk when you feel like it, then this video is especially for you. Your mindset is what is key. When you're thinking about your mindset, what mindset did you bring into your firm? When you started, right? You may have been in scrapping and survival mode when you started your firm. But did you ever stop to reassess whether or not you are still in survival mode in the way that you are leading your team, in the way that you are running your firm? Have you ever thought about that? Because the survival mode and the gotta get it, that is seasonal. And 15, 10, even 5 years in, you should be at a different level. There should be some level of your firm or some portion of your firm that is thriving at this point and thriving without your hands being on it all the time. I don't think that any of us as firm owners intend to do all the things all the time for the life of the firm. Because that means that when you are ready to retire, when you're ready to step away, then the firm is gone. It's dismantled. There's nothing left because you've done all the things. And your team will allow you to do all the things. Your family will allow you to do all the things. Because if you're going to be that person, if you're going to say that this is your role, then who's going to stop you? Nobody is going to stop you. So think about your mindset. Think about, how am I leading my team? Am I leading them from a position of survival, or am I leading them from a position of thriving? Because when you're thriving, then you can have a different mindset. It's a bit more airy in the thriving seasons of your life. And at this point in your firm, especially having staff, having these years of experience, and if you don't have staff and you have all these years of experience, and that's your first point, right? That's your first step. But your mindset is important. Your mindset is key. When you're thinking about your mindset, you also want to think about, what technology am I using? What types of systems do I have in the firm now in this year to make sure that my team is successful? Because what served us in the last season, what served us a decade ago, does not serve us any longer. It is not the most efficient, the most beneficial way for us to practice law. So that is the first thing I want you to really think about, is just your mindset. And before we move to number two, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to charge you to do something that someone probably has not done in your adult life. I want you to take a minute, and I want you to think, and I want you to dream. Yeah, I want you to dream. When is the last time somebody said, hey, sis, what is your dream? What is your dream for you? And what is your dream for your firm? And I want you to put yourself first. What is your dream for you? When you think about your life, when you think about the way that you want to live life, when you think about your quality of life, what does that dream look like? Does it look like walks in the middle of the day or in the morning? Does it look like you practicing law on the beach? Does it look like you traveling with your family? Does it look like you backpacking somewhere up a mountain and exploring different parts of our world? Is that what it looks like for you? Does it look like being home and being able to prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your family because that's how you show love? Is that what it looks like? I want you to dream. Like, for real, for real. Like, take a minute. I know it sounds crazy. I know. You're probably like, what? Dream? Yes. Because dreaming is going to take you from the reality of today. Reality of today is what it is, right? I don't want you to think about where you are right now. I want you to think about the resources that you need or the things you don't have or the people. None of that. Just in the way of a child. Children dream all the time. Children have no limitations until we put them on them, until life puts it on them. So, in the most childlike manner, I want you to just take a moment, pause the video, and I want you to dream. And I really want you to take off the limits of what's possible, because we serve a God that is limitless. We put the limits on God. We limit ourselves, we limit those around us. But if we really truly dream, then what does that look like? And after you've dreamed about yourself, your family, what you want, what you desire, what's going to be best for you, then we're going to dream about the firm that makes that happen. What type of law firm do you need to have to make sure your dream is a reality? I want you to think about that. Like for real, sis, I hear you. I hear you like, oh, I don't even know how. Maybe you need to get in the bath and dream. Maybe you need to wait till you put the kids down and dream. Maybe you need to go outside and sit on the patio to dream. Maybe you need to go to a coffee shop, sit by yourself and just dream. Write it down. What does that look like for you? What is your dream? And then what is the dream firm? Who are the people who are around you? Maybe you don't know the names, but what positions are around you? What support do you have? What does that experience look like for clients when they come in? What is that? Right? What does that experience look like? When someone meets my firm, how do I want them to feel? How do I want them to interact with us? Whether they call us on the phone, whether they email us, or whether they visit a website, then what does that look like? And I want you really, really, really to dream. Okay? So you thought about it. You've dreamt, dreamed, however you want to say it. You have put some focused time in to dream about that and to dream about what that client experience is from the first point that they see your firm, when they call, when they look at the website, when they meet one of your team members, when they just interact on social media, whatever or however they're meeting your firm, what experience, what feeling do you want them to have? And then you, at this point, you've been in the game for 10, 15, 20, 30, 45, 50 years. So you know what your case looks like. You know what the journey looks like. You know the phases of the case. So when you're thinking about that, how are they feeling through each phase of the case? How are they feeling at the end of the case? And then here is where we talk about you. When we think about how they're feeling at the end of the case, when we think about all of that, now we want to think about you. And where are you in this client journey? Are you at the beginning? Are you throughout the entire journey? Or do you come in at the end only? Do you like to draft? So you're like, I want to be able to draft. I want to be involved in the drafting. I don't really want to be on the phone with them. Or maybe you're like, all I want to do is talk to the clients. I want to schmooze. I want to take them to brunch. I want to have a lunch with them. I want to check on their family. I want to be at the baby shower. I want to be at the christening for the child. I want to be at graduations. I want to become an intricate part of their family. For you, is that what you want? Is that what your dream entails? And if so, then let's talk about how to make that happen. You need to figure out for yourself where you want to be throughout your client's journey. In the cases, how heavily involved do you really want to be? Not the necessity that you have right now, like I have to be involved because my team is not doing what I need them to do, but how much do you actually want to be involved? Because remember, we started with the dream, which means we have the dream team. And now that I have the dream team in place, I can actually do what I want to do. I can be involved in the ways that I want to be involved. I can actually be in my zone of genius when it comes to these cases versus having to do all the things all the time. So now I want you to think about for you, where do you want to be in that journey? That's step 2. Think about where you want to be, how involved you want to be, and write it out. All right, so now that you're done with your dream and you've written it down and you know the team that you need and you know the path that your client is going to go through, you want to think about for yourself, where are you involved in this path? Do you want to be involved at all? Maybe you're burned out and you're like, I don't want to talk to clients for the next 6 months. Then let's see how we can make that happen. Or you may say, I enjoy talking to my clients, but that's all I want to do. I don't want to draft anymore. I don't want to go to court anymore. I want to free myself from that burden, because that's a burden for you at this point. Somebody else would love to do that, but for you, that's a burden, and that's taken away, and that's depleting you. That's depleting your energy. So if you think about your client journey, where are you involved? Are you involved at certain phases of it? Do you make sure that you onboard them and you have the initial welcome meeting with them? And maybe you do the off board. You're like, I'm coming at the beginning and at the end. open the curtain and close the curtain. That's what I do. Or maybe you're involved throughout, at each different phase and each different step. Because you have so many years of practice under your belt, you understand and you know the phases of the case. You understand and you know when clients really want to or need to talk to you. You understand and you know that because of the experience that you have. So because of that, use it to your advantage and really think about those sweet spots that, if I could only do this, this would be what I would want to do. This is how I would want to interact with the case or with the client. This is my sweet spot for me. And write it down because we're going to make the vision, we're going to make the dream a reality. And then I want you to think about number 3, what is in front of you now? Who is in front of you now? Who is in the seats? What support do you have? What staff do you have? If you don't have staff, why? Is that your mindset telling you that you don't need staff? Is that your mindset telling you that you can't afford staff? What in your mind, your heart, what are you struggling with? When you think about the people that you have in your office, how long have they been with you? Sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not. People get real complacent. So maybe they've been with you for a few years, but now you're noticing that their skill level has plateaued. Like they have gone to the max. But for what you need more. You need someone that has a higher skill set. And that is okay because you are both serving each other and supporting each other in a different season. It may now be time to invite them to different opportunities at different law firms where they can continue to be at the level that they're at, and that's going to be sufficient for that firm. But for you, as you are creating and being the architect of your own dream and your own firm and the dream life that you really want to live, then you have to think about that team, who they are, and are they the right people? And if they are the right people, are they in the right positions? And then you also have to think about your systems, your technology, right? Do you even have systems in place? If you don't have someone on the team and you hired someone today, are they coming into chaos? And are you expecting for someone else to come into your firm and fix the chaos? You're expecting a paralegal to come in and do that? You're expecting a legal assistant, an associate attorney to come into chaos and work cases and somehow fix what you have failed to fix for however many years? Now, I know it sounds harsh, but it is the reality. Because if you're going to actually pass the mantle, which you should be planning to do, if you're going to pass the mantle, if you're going to create a legacy that lives on beyond you, then you have to reframe your mind and you have to set the vision and you have to have the right people in place. And some of us, I know, I hear you. You're like, hey, that's my mom that does this. That is my uncle that has been doing this for me for so many years. Okay, wonderful, great. I love you. I really do. And I appreciate you, mom, uncle, auntie, cousin, brother, sister, whomever it is. And this is the skill set that I need. And this is how I can train you to get there. If you are willing to be trained and you have the ability to get to this level, wonderful. We can continue to grow together. But if you cannot, then I appreciate the time that you've devoted here. Let me help you get to the next phase of your life for your dream. Because at this point, they're holding you hostage. They are keeping you from Jamaica. They are keeping you from Italy. They are keeping you from being at home with your family, preparing meals in the way that you want to. They are keeping you from walks in the morning because you feel like it. So do not allow people to hold you hostage any longer. Take your life, take the reins of your life in your own hands. And let's go ahead and set vision and let's be intentional, especially now that we're at the end of the year. This video is being shot at the end of the year. When we're thinking about that, everyone's like, okay, I want to end the year well. I want to end it strong so I can begin the next year strong. I don't care if this is February, June, July, May, whenever you're watching this video, I want you to think about how you want to live your life today and start to set that intention now. Set the vision and make it plain. Write it down. Communicate it with your team. Talk to yourself about that. Be real with yourself about what mindsets you need to let go to move into the next season. Who do you need to be tomorrow to step into the season that you're dreaming about? And of course, I am here to help you. And I'm not just here to help you on video, but contact me. Let's have a call. Let's have a discussion. Let's set a strategy session. I can come in, I'll audit your firm, and we'll walk through that path together. We'll set that vision and intention together, and we will create a calendar. We'll create a system. We'll create a strategy that you and your team can follow to achieve your dreams. Whatever that deadline is, if you say in the next 12 months, I want to be at spot C. Okay, let's make a plan and let's get there. Call me so we can do that. Reach out to me, DM me, email me, whatever it is, attorneycheatcode@gmail.com. Send me a message, because I am here not to just support you on video, but to be your freedom strategist, your freedom architect. That is what I am here for. And if you're wondering about any other resources, if you're wondering like, okay, what do you mean when you say a tech stack? Or what do you mean when I need to look at my technology? Check out this video right here, right after this one. And I want you to share this information. If you know another attorney that has been practicing law, but they're still in the day-to-day, they are still bogged down with all the things. They are still wearing all the hats. They have the success, they have the team, they have the drive, they have the knowledge, but they are still micromanaging the firm as if it's day one. Send them this video. Let it speak to them. Encourage them. Share it. Share it with them, because we can all grow together. Again, I am Alicia Jones, and I am delighted that you've taken this walk with me today. I will see you on the next video.